Well, yasaba da mo nyina wa se bra so se de pensenpensenmu ebro. Mamen kai o se NIB National Investment Bank adwumakuru na so ya se okwanso kosokra na dey ono se omoma odan so etimi abem prekope se wo si dan na se wo hia iron rods na se wo hia cement na se wo hia roofing sheets ene nyoma edi si dan bia no achi bia na ope home appliances bi se LED TV home theater fridge and microwave and se nyoma e kaka nyina o mobile phones kra na ope na dey akwanya kese abeto ama ade a NIB say ade we nyina na wo mo akwanya mo atimi ato a interest near 0%. De wo hia ne se one branch bia e wo oman Ghana mu na oni wonko dinkita ho 0% interest into say building materials, home appliances, mobile phone be na wo hia akwanya abeto ho e de amount making your dreams a reality. That is NIB for you. Banka enya abasobode so nkokra so ene one ama odaya wo so na atimi abam ti sa kwanya beto o ma de a misrew NIB nkrabata bi e wo mu ba bia no ko na ko buso na buso say dreams promotion no en wasem te sen me pese me simi dan nchanse na e dia ma me pese me simi dan cement wasem pese me simi dan iron rods wasem ai pese na me simi dan bi no me siesie mu emu nkonwa emu TV emu fan emu se emu wasem ai dia ma me NIB si sa koda nda ni nyina no oye fru super kope edama eno enkoda nchen so a bank sonko a bribia wonu won edi djuma no unya hotoso papa ira kokufu atenase ana ira tell abi so atenase nimnya for tell abi na nimnya for kokufu kwabna minta kwabna Henry kwabna kokufu atenase oba kwaba
Joseph bro
hu wache bibia kama
yami ado
so se boko good. Well, this morning, any exercise way, dealing with it as we think so we need to deal with it. I've always said, police for the almost say to whether we like it or not. Or man and yes, he posse, and is and go as a 70 busway people be the mark of Faba or mine Ghana. So, with the able support of political parties, senior officials, businessmen, ahemfo, media men. Ebra so say itwaso. Your candid opinion, Ira Kukufu, on this issue of so-called vigilante groups for political parties and other entities. And Kumasa Sante Kotokonso, a vigilante group, omutimi costop coach kasi ebe bu obi abema coach the rap park so. Ya so so nsemfo so amane ya be ade bi abechiche nyina ekon. We all live in fear. Nobody in Ghana will say he lives all right because you might never know the next minute who will stop you and slap you and pick your japadia from you. That is where gradually we are heading towards a lawless country where Kwabna Santi few say ahwadin ana onimdie ana power be or the basis in the fellow Ghanaians. So your opinion on these groupings are abba enyenne eguso fefe eba.
Mame fa kwenyenso na ema ahefo vigilante nra na GD4 yeda omampani na danko ekufuado na enuanum nya kwenya ko Palm Sunday so ko bi no ankwaso
sorry yes aben kwan na nso matadi
uza ti asenso bi ni ho nra inyina nya kwenya kosum onyame na yojidie se yewrade nyankopon nra oboshen Jerusalem ahinkronum ewo nkunimdie kwaso ehwe anim se Easter so beba ti ehwe anim ina ehia mampai bo papa efise brano biara na afofida nom ne hihye bi se ba na akwansia nom ne ade egu ahodo nrenu ya num bebre yam hihye on pa ya na the flight fi Kumasi abankran be son kran sansan na chi ekoi na asese de aseda benyame ka bia kenti asempa na nim se agate ase obekoso adi amaye vigilante group o kan see na ye asem kakraka na unia taxi driver na maame na oba ntomadwam tie wa na wo hwe wo na ye na adwene mu enye bibia se mabunu ana nipa ahodo obetimi kra ya kokora obetimi ya abrewa obetimi ya babunu abema abaya keka won ho abomu ye di dwumadie bi basiwa ni so se ebi aye de ye hwa ma bibisei ye wogidie wom se ye hwa ma na wie peyo pimpi sara na adwene kirew ye hwa ma wei ya boho ban na ya hwe se ebekwa koduru se de esese koduru na se de esese koduru no de ye pe na ye pese koduru nti unya bi olangas mu ananom hemfo si asasi media abusuakuo we na we ne na we twa asasi ho manso ne ade na me ma pesafo ni bi na ma petue ne agya ama won ana ma hye won kutupa so mo ho ban ma me ti so so wo ahoden wo sika na so bepe bi sa na so apodi da o mbe hye mu na aye manso wo wini bi e no sa ahoden no na abegye afre wonsem mre bi atwam be mfie mienu bi eko yetete nsem ahodo bi yase Ghana fo me bi kura do ho akogyeje amanone tutura kuonum ne ade ISIS ne Al-Qaeda so mo kai ama yemu bi ne mpanifo pebre sori ginan kan se yenhwe ye mayie wo sa akwanya no ana sa akwan no na yenhwe ye bambo nsem susu yie enti efri baabi ana ya so ne menso a na abeduru ne megitum se as amayoko ene amayo hunkuta hudie ne nhyehyɛ ye wo saafo ne bi wemu na duru baabi a na wanhwe ya yefra bibi the necessary evil yade a bonefo sema anya nanso ne ho akohia wo baabi ade a onipa bia onyame dodom ya di wura yemu edikan ene se ehu bi beto wo ana hu bi beto so ana usuro bibi na obepese obebo ho ban self defense reaction to defense ade ye bam so ehu nkanya bi ba mu a kyerese onwene ho kora kwan abefa so abebo ho ban enti se bambo ehun kutahudie ne ho hyehyɛ wo ho sɛnea ɔman mra ene ɔman hyehyɛ ya eyi saa ehun ne firi ho ya nkasa ana yenia yenam kwati kwanso ana yenam kwa bi a ensem fataso ana yama kwan masado sese na minuanu mandisi for opposition se prosi ana bambo adwumakuo nhyehyɛ ne ade abro mu opposition ni se ekoba se won gidi wo prosi adwuma yem ewo bambo nhyehyɛ mu etosini ketua bi pɛ ana wanya resimu wo mu pɛ na ho akohia se ne ye ne aye ho no ye mompa ye mombobo ye ho ban na ye hwɛ se obi antwi mfa so na obi antietia efa ahodie so ewo bambo nhyehyɛ mu yaje atomu saa na aye saa na yatena New Patriotic Party ye wo opposition na ohwe ayakayaka de ne niema bi a ekokoso atu nipa bi efi se wo amayokuo eni aban mu ni adenti na prosi be ye nhwe ha anase bambo dwumakuo be ye nhwe ha na gidie wo mu so bete ana gidie wo mu nkowie peyo na ho akohia se ene yenkeka ye ho mom na twa no kra so se be your brother's keeper. Be your brother's.
Uncle, for you find the name.
Ebi am de nam ne se ya ne aye ana yatena ho ana ho kohia se yenya bambo bi ma ye ho me call campaign wo honorable Asiama sports minister me free ho beduru Kumasi anadwo ene ade na text messages amenya threatening my life e be SMS me beduru ye ntima nkoda fie kwa me da bantoma me papa fie pake meka ade achie na meka me de ko ene ya tutu animu ne hu ayi nyina afri se we nyina sisi a edi hu atu nipa so edi hu atu.
But that is why the security agencies are available.
Omo ya available no omo ye omo adwuma yie no omo nya nhwehwemu animu ni enye yiyimu eno na ma ne wie peyo.
Na why na abo amom ye sa nhwehwemu ni yiyimu no.
Ya amayofo na me party New Patriotic Party wa abem. Say ya ma prosi kwan IGP ne mpanifo kwan ni ya ma won free hand. Ya mo akade amo anyo adwuma yie se de se fata. Na opapa wo position ti na ya nhwe no se ne yesese ye hwe no. Na o lusu gidie ewo mu a ye hu behia so obepe kwan bi.
Okay, so what acknowledge say your forces bi wo New Patriotic Party mu a omoboa ma party ni bambo efa ohun adehye ho edimu wie peyo. Is that correct?
Ye wo forces so ne sa makuo ni wo amanyokuo nyinare mu.
For now, who acknowledge say invisible forces and afi Delta forces o New Patriotic Party ma omoboa edemu hyehyɛ bambo hyehyɛ to akwamu ye. It's right. GDA munya ye prekope eye agency security agency. Is that correct?
Sa abre num no. Abre aye wo opposition no. Na hu hia. Na mpa ne wo. Me wo mabɔ me ho baabi. Me nante akɔ baabi me ko TV program anadwo bibi na ehu edam so a.
Se omomo ho ban se den.
Se nipa boni ni bi emmeye me ne a. So ye me fisa me betena wa fidie.
Eno achi de bi na opese oye. Eno abambo na na omo sa.
Kwamra ko jame. Kofi ko jame ha. Ye nana bibi na 7 predia some chairman no pay. Ye ni ayi fie ye dem ye. Kane no o koya ne so ada no uhia kwabrane na kodi wachi. Kujawo. So ne wo ko afuom, wo de kokoye nkuro nkumem. Obi wa ne de aya nso eso kujawo afuom. Fi se nipa bonfo bi tetekwantia anya obedi ubone. Saa bre no ne ho akohia. Ene enhia biem. Se enhia bie wa, ye nyina ye gye atom se enhia bi. Wo kai honorable Marco Woyongo. Now interior minister. Okay, no.
Ye kwa enim tie mfa nye adwuma.
Me da bi na dwen chire
something bigas something e die mfa nye.
Na dwen chire bi
ye kwa enim tie mfa nye adwuma.
In this case,
ye wa abaya wa born ho samra ne se e ba ka bi ma minka bi amamu a on di mu tintima yi untimi twini Patriotic Party mfiri mu da. So that comparison no, it doesn't come in.
Me compare ka ma mi wie ya. Me compare.
Maybe so ya ba bi
me compare.
Aban bi suafo hwe oman ni mu bambo begina mu ka se de wo kan na enye ho ne ye hwe ho
ama ma nwie ho o kan sem bebre wo de wo kan ye de me different from de me be kan ono se ogitu mu se ye wo se akuakuo no wo oman mu ne political parties ogitu mu because we say am say be on New Patriotic Party na me say an sabre no o man suafo ne gitu mu se ye wo se akuakuo no ama okasi sudua se emre du krase se ma won tumi krata ono nu susue no na ko mutimi di adwuma o ka sa asem no
Joy FM
yes o ka sa asem say aban foforo aba aban bi aba asem we abeda ho de aban ne ka ne se da bi ye hia sa fo no enti papa prosi ye wadwuma enti ne police IGP odnanu di sema betudwa ono ne mpanifo osise sa kuokuo ni bi wo ho de empo a netting tone time.
Is that the better approach?
Ono say
is that the better approach?
Say o
kan e betimi afaso ama adwobre wa ba ne de posi fo kan.
Ono no say on na mra no ma won kwan e ba bambo nsise ho a. Wonti ase. Opani ba akumre bi atwam si ye ma won krata na nko ye nyi wontum wo mra kwan so no munya sa adwuma no. Ene opani ba ako no hwe bambo nyuma nyina so se da bi ehun hia ye police ye krado se sa adwuma no ye ya be ye.
But we are comfortable with the approach of New Patriotic Party towards this shameful act about Ghana. We are comfortable? More approach towards this shameful act.
Now, to see I'm no say party no New Patriotic Party penifo di afia. Na ya ba bonten.
That is all that the parties will do all the time. Then this release we disassociate ourselves from this shameful act. We have not sanctioned any groupings of people to come and do this. It ends there. That is all what the New Patriotic Party will do. You cannot go beyond that.
You go beyond that.
What will you do beyond that?
The be say. Mofra na fom. On mra edi asie. party nkusimra juma
because what demonstrators say you are muntimi nyahwe ya wa hanu na mogigi cars nipa ye ni momo omu ni tumi bia with Ghana power vested in them ko bi afie keke etimi kokotwituo etimi fa the show man no pay wi anyumere it started mo hwehwe the party just a release of a letter just that for instance a typical example is the deputy minister local government former Nifie raided by he terms them as thieves because adia omoba no bia kwa ni access dia or the kwa kwa side yene na masa ana obi aso si me vigilante makoji kama Ghana by me vigilante we have no regulated front boy and ban so it doesn't make all of us safe because party share assembly say is the same soup. They are going to say that we disassociate ourselves. Now, press release, normal site NDC, and we buy an NDC, who is responsible for my engine to who is taking the first step? So, this issue from the IGP, I think is funny. Very funny. No, clearly it's funny. Because suppose if what now catch they say, I feel no move to sa. It was so-called vigilante groups. We are all not safe. Because here, when government took power, in terms of cars. So in terms of retrieval of state vehicles, so-called. It doesn't make us comfortable as Ghanaians. Some of us, I don't know the number of people who will be comfortable with this approach because some may far buy car. Now, more dear to trust them, never jeff you more. You are powerless. That is where we are getting to. Say the more person will prescribe every Ghanaian is that a bad bambo will be on because the release will come. Send them pay for share. Nanado on countless occasions gave specific directives to security agencies, in this case IGP. Semuntu santem kra na nkofa yo ne bi eni enugase ama. Nanado akojina ohimpo anim. Ofro ohimpo wa and look at what has happened. Ebesi ne yeto ne yeto nyum ko chese. We are going to do a press release.
Obia condemn. Sir.
It's not just the condemnation.
And no condemnation. Say so much namrenim. Emre bi atwa mu kono. E ba ne say ya party no ne ye be jimra no betwitwi form. Enne wo mu gina mrenim. Kwamra nyo na akọchiri wo.
Yeah.
Ana nya mi o. Eye mra ana achiri wo. Emra na ni won di. Eti say ye na ye ma ne mo me ye kon hye dem ne ye mpampa wo. Eno no de na ne na fodi abem bebre. Ade abai eye animgua system a obia nsososo obia ni ho a all ka say ya de pa. Na senia obia wo baboni wo ne fie nti no. Ne ho akohia say esese ye tone down condemnation abramra ye na adwuma. Say ya hwe yi a o ngina mra anim ebebua wonfo
na emre sade say eba. Ya hwe yi na ebebua wonfo. Abramra ne omu ni kura
nwie. Okay. Ya hwe yi a ebebua wonfo na ye tietia wonfo ahodie so ansa.
I don't know, sir. Honorable Teller, we need the moral courage to also talk about these vigilante groups because probably we are in the social. I be do some purpose.
Me da say me chia etifo. Na anope in fact me ho adwumi pa. Simple question I will be say. Me nua kokofu, lawyer kokofu. Te bi odinam. Bi odi fa no di kodnam nyina.
No, I admit to say.
So
yes,
no,
I admit to say.
No, you see.
No, I admit to say. Listen, they are known.
Omo say, omo ba gia tum say. Mo pese omo tra ho na ma gitum. Baby a odi nanam ho yi. Mo ni what confidence in institutions no nya adwuma eninti no what eninti na mo ko form search groups ni ade. I mean, look. Maza. Assembly wo hono say. Even as we speak now, there are members of the MPP are still omobo eji sankrofo iso. To the extent say, womu say promise womu say, womu kokot hono ma ebe ja wo. Na anko ba ni sa no, they went on a rampage.
Is that what you think? Say,
no, that is what they said.
So when they say ekokot ebe ja.
When
the party says that corner ko famra kwanso na mra ni undi say fata. Is that what it is?
You see, the fact is that as some way started, you know, when the NPP started doing forming such groups, you know, them say the then government, you know, they can want them. From South Africa, about training boys. Look, but you see, the bottom line is that.
So South Africans is actually.
You see, and no, I'm not sure obi comparisons between developed and developing countries. Identity and developing countries, and I say third world countries, in spite of all that we have. Ne other, developed countries, comparisons on here. The first one can say institutions. Yeah, they've allowed institutions to work.
All of us.
So they have allowed institutions to work.
As in developed countries.
Yes. And that's the reason why they are where they are today. So look, and then they see what America. When we see some police, when we are biased towards blacks near there. What is the blacks who want to form vigilante groups? What is the one form vigilante groups? So we defend the woman. No. When the need arises, when we protest. So the American say, when we protest, sometimes it ends up being violent. So they say. But that one, it did not end up with the formation of vigilante groups. Because whatever the outcome, so they say, they believe in the institution. They allow it to work. But, and now, Canada, Japan, we know where he stands on this issue. Or mention groups are formed up to the north. Near Baku, near Mino group. Near Baku, near Mino, Bebre. Only woman, yes, I know men in a a castle be disband the woman. A castle be baby at the woman. A castle, say, no, what say, what you see, woman, you see, that is, you mean the repercussions there. A chasm. What you see, woman, you can't replace them with the Ghana police. So the American say, you can't replace them with the Ghana police. That lawlessness, no, run national security. That lawlessness, run.
I'm surprised you want to preach.
Did you hear?
A holier than thou approach.
It is not.
No, but
let us be fair.
We are being frank here.
Then, I mean, what they say? What they say?
But the NDC, there's some better management of chaos situations. More than the new patriotic party.
Look, we never.
After losing the election, look at what has come out of the NDC.
Oh, what? Denaba. Denaba. So they make an Denaba. The fact is that Obiya lose election definitely will be reactive. And we see if you kotokone way much. We look at what share. Definitely, human beings were reacting. But that doesn't mean that you go and vent your whatever on somebody. So they say, look, let us stop that unnecessary comparisons. Trying to unnecessary
the
equalizations
are unnecessary.
They don't. I mean,
apples to mango.
They are not. You can't compare them. You can't. You cannot compare. Look, all can say a baby or man can the nanka. At least as if say a baby or honuma president francophone kokota nansi bibisa.
That's maybe I'm a trademarker. That's how you.
No, I mean, did it ever happen? Say, Yama Ibn kokota.
They are quick to cite Agbomulushi. They are quick to cite Azoka. They are quick to cite a lot of instances. And also, why you see, in
America say, yeah. They are, I mean, almost fishing in the Dead Sea. They are fishing in the Dead Sea. Example, so woman. Example now, woman. And the air cost is the 2 say group woman call a national security operative and I say coordinator woman call the office I could vandalize regional office I drag him see me here obi papa drag him from unim kumasi regional office stairs no papa no kra what who such a thing before we no answer ya arrest woman and woman court they go to the court so they say what is so contentious than what they went to the court akwa attack court no. I vandalize no more. I free nkrofo. And you sit here justifying this?
Who is justifying?
No, look at what I mean. Maybe only when you try to
justify it.
Please, maybe I'm being rhetorical.
No,
don't make it say.
But
who justify this? You want to justify this?
He acknowledges the group, but he doesn't justify the act.
Look. What did he say? What did he say? He went to the extent. Listen to what he said.
An acknowledgement.
They went those. Did you?
Because a copy. Hold on. Situating because I raised the issue of lack of.
Did you hear him? Did you hear him well?
And then he went further to say, I had to say tell Abi opposition.
Debbie.
Now by what's not
position. NDC are co-opposition that we never form those groups. We never went to court. We never, but
we challenge it because I admit said this is a group that I know, but the act I disagree.
He did not disagree. What he said was that, and then also Okoya ni sukra. Kanino. Okoya ni sukra. And Americano, Emre na asesa saying. Ghana police for meba. Ghana police for no. They say they are find the powerful from here.
It's a weakened institution because Ghana police. It's a weakened institution. But police for now. As a member of parliament, don't you admit that we have a challenge with the security agencies? Do you admit that? But do you admit that?
The American say, look, Usi or
let me tell you we have a challenge, especially.
Let me tell you something. If what happened, time we MP before opposition, to the democracy, they are giving various institutions bad names. Look, statistical service. I mean, I will not just isolate Ghana police service. Maybe.
Deputy Minister Interior. Is that correct?
Yes. Defense. Maybe. Let me tell you something. Sure. Usi or Helena person will be a boo Helena. It depends on how you take care of the Helena. Say no boni din.
So Usi or Helena?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe you get me. Maybe. Otherwise, people will not understand what I'm saying.
No. I'm saying we have time to talk.
No. Let me finish. I'm a line of thought. Maybe. What I'm saying is that it is not just the Ghana police and the MPP for bastardizing her to the extent that people did not even respect. Statistical service. Electoral Commission. Today, Nana Akufo-Addo goes on platform in the council of praise the electoral commissioner because you see what I have seen is unfortunately we need more MPP no say when it is let us not just look at this issue in isolation. Let's look at ni here subai the way handle normal then it is good. And what they want to say is until they will never agree with any institution. And that is the kind of vibes I want to send here. And
those institutions are more bastardized.
I just want to advise them. Look, this issue now, it is better. Say more transit. But before we get the Timuntra form, now we solve such issue.
Okay,
otherwise,
I'll just.
The media too. No, don't worry. We are an extension of time. Don't worry. Let us be very careful. Nobody should justify this.
No, it's not about justification.
It's not about justification.
Opportunity for him to really clear what he said. Just a minute, Honorable,
I'm disappointed.
Enin, former MP, Wahomano Obuasi, is it east or west? Obuasi is west. Honorable Akwaba, know what you're saying?
Yeah, Major so.
Good. Mentia say this person. Also, so Kakrabi Maiwa.
Yes. In fact, the Kakram kind of point said.
Hello.
Yeah, no correct. Kakram what kind of pay and it said. Somewhere to you me 200 who said, me and when young MPP ni try to defend or justify Anna Makoma Apeja. Because at the end, it's me war Flagstaff House, Jubilee House war. In fact, now you pay energy idea cost because on say the president who will be believe in rule of law, obey the master. Now as an kobasa in fact, now and yet Emano. It is on as a president plano I condemn say IGP president Monkwaswa. Let's say MPP gurus, the so-called MPP gurus now. If they have to still defend or justify, and say they should put a stop to that because some of us will also come out and condemn them, and it will be bad thing. It is not good. Yeah. No condition is permanent. We can never be in power forever and ever. Power change. Yeah, some boys, party boys, Baba Tahi, and you more you should condemn it because that's just what you feel power change, but track or Kakra, what's what Tony, Virginia, and what more, and yeah, MPP guy, I love MPP, but and you be defend it, MPP, and I start commenting this for no, almost from the bar. A form of fossil at Cano, and the map will be one people who also defend it. Almost so custom, almost custom will say, yes, it's here. That's all they play politics on home. And also, not for four, I guess, I do with him. Okay. The man will see Canon, you know. Okay. And they must support your government. I don't know how it's here. And these MPP is that kind of, I'm more to a young man before. Oh, that. Maybe MP don't see cast and now or plain politics and the one we are going to go back and justify and the two are almost right. I don't support any of them.
All right, Honorable Edin, that's CP within the week. I'm sure she'll be sure. No.
You see, Kwamra, the truth they say, I have condemned it. Me, I condemn act. What you say? Me o kumase me kumase banra. O bia ni ho civil society papa bia ni ho se obia be so so ade we so se ukọ na yare mandi obi na ukotwi fa court so I mean what justification just say a criminal contempt of court. As a lawyer I'm aware, fully aware. What you say? Wouldn't you ever prefer new charges against them?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yes, charges for fraud. And no pay the ama ye can ye mini anentiasi and say, you were president or see a semna ban mama yoku ma mi hunu papa na mamia what seen to man and to my baby what you are calling and sufino or son will show when you know mama yoku ma o ma form emrani nya adwuma IGP wonu penifo mo mamrani nya adwuma emrani ya adwuma ya kire won aye bonofo sem wo IGP ni penifo de so ato ntiri so se yakokina kopɛ won ade won ho aba so ani onu won ho se yehu de ode won ho aba ye de won akɔ afia sese de sefata emrani ya na adwuma na utina ha wo de nti ya me call makoyongo ho no. Now, as Ubisano, simple question say, one party may be womb. I said, Debbie on Tibida. Asante region, my first regional minister, ya Bruno, ya Chesino Bruno, a Wefijase. Why the children of Jan Pabwa? Why it me do because
any vigilante group.
Oh, please. Okasaman Kebi.
Look,
you will from her. Anna DC for no matter who I am. And I am not comparing. And yet, it is a ne IGP Nimpenfuni na Adia to me say Abaya se won kutupa. Where institutions are no case institutions any adwuma and for 8 years in that be also a program binra. Ne compare developing country and
developed countries.
Developed country. The difference in woman is developed countries,
institutions here.
What now them 8 years? One party were them 8 years. Unya kwenya credit minister kakra deputy. ana ye nyina Ghana fo nyina ya hwe ana ya tena ho ana institutions ni nyina ya weekend no case bi si wo boga wo mu time up north na this police district commander so mko brudi ayibi I say this case is political.
It's beyond.
So it's beyond me the police.
That
is the level of my bandisi abandi police ejuma kodru ye. Mama 1 year say basa as say prosi ni kura so osora no pano o shat ade akwa ejuma na ne yam hihye na fi say boni fu sembesi
basa mo to aso saying because this issue three report to Kumasi 10 report to police
ya ba ye no tio ya ba hihye ya ba bem busumi mi ensani
the issues about
this time round your police in Kase where your political case in me ko ho the more police is
makoho
wakọ oye na adwuma wo akukuduro no ene waba abonten o se sai anyuma sem kura no kura ya twa ni nyina mu say political say ye langard say ye diayo emfa kwam ye twa ni nyina ye de na esi fom wo hwe ne ma bia okeka o se ne ma o so mbegina so o se ye de kasa dialogue enkuta hodie prosi pani na kasa yo prosi ne amanfo bedi nkuta ho near the solve sa problem. I feel ya the mra, I say enactments, laws. Mra no senate.
Mra de wo mra bibri o Ghana.
Ane, o de beya adwuma, o mra no ho na mfa nya adwuma, anya adwuma. We de also o de beya adwuma. Ogusu so o de ya adwuma. Ana de to so miensa. O se ehu behia se ya de force.
Eka ho
a. Ya de beka ho.
So dialogue, law, force.
That's it. Enti agipo ankasa kwa. Wa kire niema tools a obe use. Or then a crop eti me no timemufo me no politician wo position na me wo power ye necessary ye kasa kire ye ho ne ye nkwada anom ne ade na ye ma police no ye bo aba ne ye tawo achi if say president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo what can plain said the law must work and yes sir emrane kwaye na adwuma na court de obi akotumi na president akotena na office no issue fiat say yem fan ko yi won free prison and yes sir na Dankwa Akufo-Addo be ye yes sir no
mama nka say ebo na otwepɛ ma ebekɔ na ya crossover fiaman kwa kubutu baabi ono so ne nipaku bi ebeto ankomo ayedi wa so onso be kyewo na adwen eye nkomo ahodo a yenso yedi wa no na otwepɛ ma fiaman kwa taba close ne adofo bi so beto aso na ono so atimi aka wona adwen nkomo mama nka so bi o say NIB Ejumekul Sonko ene de omo ma oda yeso etimi abam no ona so ya se kwan sonko so kwa sa numbers we 050 145 1050 ana 050 141 1697 say usi dan uhia mo ase cement say iron rod say eye paint say eye bibia ehia so de be si dan bia no na ibidi akonya kese abeto e de ama 0% interest and as we see with them boy we na mu asiesie no konwa umpa o sound system home theater ne o TV de kaka nyina no omo so mo sa akonya no watimi enya bi e de ato e bi nso na ope a sleek mobile phone bi a sa share da 0% interest NIB simen kanjero na oni senkita ko woni krabata atwa oman ba bia ahia anase fre 050 145 1050 and 050 141 1697. A lot of your text messages about my main can inform us and try one about Kofi Amankwa edesade I was say Kofi Amankwa actual or say I am not doing equalization, but please kindly remind Honorable Tel Aviv that NDC foot soldiers sacked DCs from their offices and not a single soul was prosecuted. They could have solved the current Delta Force foolery now if they had allowed the law to work then. And then this one also comes through. Okay, no, I should ask Honorable Kukufood. Honorable Donyina says that the MPP and the government have condemned the attack and apologized to Ghanaians, and rightly so, because it was a disaster. Good news. Good news is all the suspects are back in custody. However, comments like that of Honorable Telabi forces some of us to respond. Remember the NDC Interior Minister who said violence begets violence. Remember Honorable Collins Dowd's brother atrocities. Remember the snatching of ballot boxes and nothing happening to them. These groups emerge from the need to counter NDC atrocities and violence against MPP. Going forward, if the police will inspire confidence in the general public that irrespective of the party in power, they will protect all, it will go a long way in checking these things. And another one gets through here from Enoch. I don't get this one from Enoch Brikum, so come again, Enoch. Okay. And then good morning, please stop comparing apples to pear. It's important for us to understand that the cause of this chaotic situation is as a result of President Akufo-Addo's disingenuous campaign promises. Members of these militant groups were promised jobs if they helped the MPP to come to power. This was confirmed by some disappointed leaders of the groups on radio and on television interviews. But what is happening is just on an elemental level. The actual action will take place after nomination of DCs and MCs. It has been alleged that Nana Akufo-Addo, before the 2016 election, once it's an allegation, okay, let's forget about it. So a lot of your text messages about you could try a hoaba na yaba me say Honorable Telabi Gusho man and Sasso. It's Yakwaba, yaba, you try a comment, Yakwaba. Okay, so yes, sir, but more text messages are pouring in. Omayeni, please ask. This is Thomas Said Ibrahim Watakwa, my good friend, regular viewer and texter. Thomas, good morning. And your friend too is a Hamba, also in Takwa. Omayeni, please ask whether these are the wise ones or we should still wait, as was said by Reverend Marty. If these are the wise ones we expected as a country, then our lives are in danger as a country under their confused government. So now the message is so serious that I have to go to the mountains to pray for the only country I have. That's Mother Ghana. Thomas said Ibrahim Watakwa. Good morning. And then Alaji Willie P. Wefie Kuma say, whereas the Constitution does not recognize any vigilante grouping, they are criminal thugs and must be disbanded. Why any stakeholder is not advocating for their disbandment? Even politicians and the media are not emphasizing of the deletion of this vigilante group. I feel worried when it was to do with the NDC. The language is different than the MPP being in power. Alaji Willie P. and on way a day Abba. So that's it. Wrap up now for you.
So MPP need to say me. Mete hey. Ubetimi aye niema mienu. Baako ubetimi condemn the SE say nya de papa. Na uwi a wasan ka say vigilante from say Delta Force, the invisible force, so on. Nim kra so mo kan MPP ho. Me I'm doing two things. I condemn the act. Enya de papa. As a sam rani wundi. Na the atosu mienu say mejitum say wo kan ye ho. Mejitum they are in existence. Oma boa omo susu mu aka ho bi. Ana yadu de yadu. Na oma ye mfumso na omo ne mra ekodi asia. President chese mra ne nya na adwuma. Police ye na adwuma. Na se na kodru se asia disband a ye nyira asia disband. Na se mini abatena ha. Wa hwe Ghana fo nyira ni maka kire Ghana fo nyira se NDC fo ni sa groupings ni wo mu wa bra yeti wo mayimu ana azoka ene the boys hijack the whole party NDC e wo sunwane.
That is a lie.
E cause a lot of atrocities.
You see,
enunti na makoyongo de enti na makoyongo okan de okan.
Look, I mean the okan ni na.
You are right. Makoyongo okan ya okan ye no. Now you minister of state. Waso afnemu sai say odenokre ebeye adwuma. Yeah, you see kwamra ba bia yadu sesi e. Onya ye na nyame ase. Say ye na nyame ase say animanimu ya sa na early signals yikurampo eba. Yeah, new patriotic party. Esi agitum say early signals yiba. no na say ma ye mpanifo sori waka ye tena ye to so ne jai say ye chesi ne ma ahodo bebrebe na ye jai nkutahudi a wo ye ne ye mrantie ne ma
Obo tell me unim dia wo bambon say do we have a security lapse and
let me
what vigilante
what when the NPP succeeded in doing was to create a certain situation in the minds of their people, and on a boys no so bought into it, and do groups. Look,
groups be
maybe otian mu say can say azoka boys
groups be
hijack a program e Kumasi it's a lie. I mean can say it's a lie, it's a blatant lie. Oh, these are the kind of things I won't can. Now I incite you on cover. Look, you will come here before the elections. Now, one of the ballot papers, Akwakuku Hotel be more what do you call it? So yes, that's right. Just to whip the what do you call it? No, you see, you will come here. You will come here. They will come here. I mean, Obia really feel what they did to Electoral Commission to the extent say. We organize a series of demonstrations, attacks, creating the impression. Look, our hand say hijacking of ballot boxes.
Why?
Womaka, okay. Obi say highlight hijack. Womaka sa.
Me say hijacking there. Me say hijack.
Obi one of the.
So don't attribute it to me. So don't attribute it to me.
Omayini ene.
Am I retracting?
No, me not retracting. Text.
Okay. Look, let me tell you something. Yes, I'm. Obi ti hono mo. Obaka say, oh, no cry. So the mega na.
You did to actually, sir.
You did to actually, man. Aka.
Abe no cry.
Nina ye. When nina they lead it.
A truly be the one petrol.
And I mean, can say, trust you. Obviously, I'm for year. Crowd so mkwako hijack. What do you call ballot boxes? Ballot boxes.
Now,
one say me bow. Oh, where was him?
Who will be that?
Oh,
Jaja. Oh, when 2008 election, you were in Kumasi.
Oh, me bow. Yeah, 1 year, I come nipa. Oh, tough.
You see? So you know.
No, because they never listen. I mean, they look. Those guys who were killed were not even. I mean, who was so much of ballot paper, but it was
go. Call police. You call police penny. No, call the police. Call the police command in Kumasi, Ashanti region. To confirm snatching of ballot boxes. But we cannot see. Look into the people as a lie.
Is it what you tried to do was to justify the formation of these groups?
No, we will come back to that. No. There is an acknowledgement of that force.
It is not just an acknowledgement. Justification of the formation of the you did. What you said was that they had
no vigilante group. Ask him that question. You asked me that question, but you never asked me. Ask him that question. Okay.
The American say, Otran tried unsuccessfully to justify because formation of these groups, they were founded on rumors and on truths, half truths. Sorry, I say, to the extent say. Look, sometimes we are leader our constituency and I say we are candidate. Now one dream and sometimes you end up creating problem for yourself. Oh yes, see when you organize jeep ballot we yes one for one dream and now Nijina was found by the opposition at the time. And I'm sa no man I'm for do dom group we. And about ya abatos ewo wo so sisi and make am say so ama wo fu say wo otumi kra national security minister wo fu say wo otumi president because enye court pardon the koyo wo me call Flagstaff house no and na president e kan ho asem eye bibi wo ho anka they wouldn't wo move next time to the
Flagstaff house on the koyo
hey wo ko bu police diri wo ho no. Police officer at post was assaulted. They kept quiet. Woman national chairman ba say oh they were protecting national property. Woman did you so up till now there's one guy be call around every time you know other TV stations try to justify no call here or call her. Oh, I'm a woman who saw so this is where they're taking us. Maybe idea no. I am not by this saying say during our time no a bit more expressing objection to certain things. So they make an answer. But we did not recognize any group is I am from group training. We never brought anybody from anywhere to come and train anybody. So no any unprovided security for a party. Not even in opposition. It never happened. It didn't happen.
Okay.
It did not happen. So they make an answer. And it took Azoka boys. Who can say Azoka boys? Kubisa Azoka. Say the boys ni microphone one where say party what do you call it a group beer party no recognize a financing
no you don't need to say this.
Go and ask them.
No, but you don't need to say this.
Stop that.
No, but you don't need to say this. No.
I don't need to say
you don't need to say this. Why? I have an experience as a Katama transport yard on It was terrible.
No,
it was terrible. You don't need to tell me that NDC never supported Azoka.
Let me tell you something.
Tamale transport yard, if I got it correct, said it was terrible.
What happened?
Me say it was terrible.
No, don't say it was
and
terrible.
then police
What happened? What happened?
Tamale police, I think it was the NPP when they were going to elect Afoko or something.
Yes.
Me say Bijinaobi. It was me say as a war, Azoka boys. They had to call the commander.
What was it? What was it about? What was it about? You
have no idea what happened there. You have no idea. These vigilantes,
we do not have vigilantes in NDC.
We don't. You want to disown them?
We don't have vigilantes in NDC.
You are disowning them.
We don't have
knowledge that they are. We have them, but we disagree.
We do not have vigilantes in NDC.
Yo,
we have not. NDC has never organized people and trained them. Take it from me. You see, NDC
has no training.
We have not organized or trained any private security.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
We have not hired and trained any vigilante group. Not being gonna say.
Go ahead tell this to the Marines.
Oh, I'm telling you, what's about Marines? What's happening to
Marines? Community watchdog. Me constituency, ne other constituency.
Potem.
Say ye wo adwempemu a. E wo ni nsusanso papa wo ho. Efi say memo a be no wo anadwo wo matuom ho asi polisifoɔ atire ni won. Wo ni say police say that training won.
Of course.
Say community ni gitum. Ni e paw mrantie bi ne maba wa bi no mtuom ho si ho a. Police timi training won. Ama wo mo boban e wo community. Na we aye ken. Ne we nyina ba we. Winim kedes.
NDC kedes.
Winim kedes. Revolutionary kedes. Wo nyo na ade ba Ghana. Enye me na de what is it about? We keda. Wo now you militia. Now we are vigilante. Know yourself. You were a vigilante group. We were part of the group.
A bit of similarity with that.
No, it is not. You see, that is the miss.
You brought it to Ghana. You were a keda.
Let me tell you
what
something.
was your responsibility? Definition of keda.
Now we are keda. Now we are militia.
To fight for Ghana.
Now we are security person. You were a militia. You were holding weapons. You were trained on weapons.
Let's
you want to run away from? No. You were a keda.
He's not entirely running away from. He
has run away. He has disowned his own. Was he vigilante?
Yeah. But that is your originality.
Okay, wrap up with this one because you're crossover at 8:30.
Keda bia ni Ghana hanumwa NDC cadres bia ni honumwa they will take the law into their hands. Yeah, the case your court. Your court.
Cadres were hot there.
I will show you the difference between a cadre and then a vigilante and what uninformed, ill-informed, not uncourted, what you call the vigilante groups.
That cadres are courted. Very soon the cadres will descend on you. Cadres in so party. They will descend on your leadership.
If everybody in the party said, okay, me a cadre.
You were?
Say, oh yeah, I'm a cadre. I was not trained. I'm still a cadre. A cadre, NDC, a cadre, no. A cadre, no. You say disciples. You say disciples of social democracy. And yet you only way no.
You were trained on arms. Cadres were holding arms. You were armed.
My wrap up with this initiative by
you were armed.
In your administration, fertilizer was free. But it was a bit partisanship, party recognition for the free distribution of fertilizer. You agree to that?
I don't agree.
Okay. Now, I buy the fertilizer, but I say, men kase monfa no kwa. Nemo ohamu nchemu eduonu machem pepepe di amamo. Monsumo pensiono na ewo ho bebre ya modema. Enso na enso ni padodo na so esan se na amanyo sem edimutinti.
Well, that amanyo sem edimutinti man said that. Omayini me wo ti say wo oman no ti say a man we wo na ti say boat I ti say boat anokudo mo ga say it esi nsuo so
ya kudo
nsuo ewremu a na wo kudo no bi na esi enyi nsuo na say usunyia ebe mi nyina entina I will not me kan bibia ebe ma me nye bibia ebe ma what do you call it Akufo-Addo ni government
ebe ba form
so the gonna say I will not wish because say me wish say on failure
otimbi
me team and enye ni failure no and ebe ma me ma successful because the failure no ebe ma
stress
yes otimbi gonna say anything no because enu nkyerɛ say bibi koso na say nya me nka ho asem and in the wisdom of the MPP led by Akufo-Addo, President His Excellency, or say fertilizer. What I don't want to hear is the first one no na politics ni we nebo eninti ena omo di aba what do you call it edif
but I am confused. At the end of free, and now Bible says he has reduced the price. The price when that's why
me na make no say. One say aban we buy no. Wafa ekwan bebre so. Ama aban sika ebe mu abeba ne foto no mu no. O dey make na say. Ebe kofom. Eni nti no no me bebre wo hono mu a social interventions bi no mu wo hono mu a ye be hia sika e dey aye. But aban ni promises bi oyeye old this no ebe ma yen futuo ana yen sika ebe ba form nti say look for other
confused. Hold on because there's a deception here, either the MPP or the NDC or politicians who take here for granted.
Why?
I have read in Setekpe's budget 2016-2015
that's right,
where it was an emphatic statement, I've forgotten the pages, that the continuation of the free fertilizer program is
that's
on,
right. It's on,
plus quality, whatever, I don't remember the exact name. And government is going to enhance blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Now, there's a quotation here of 2016 fertilizer costing 85 Ghana cedi, which now has been reduced to 57 cedis. I'm confused.
Well, who is saying this?
I'm confused.
No, who is saying this?
This is Dr. Uswe Free.
Yes. Dr. Free, is that Setekpe saying?
So, no, but Untimin Kasadi free, not Dr. Uswe Free, but say, and you're free 85 to 2016. Now, I don't get it.
You you see, why would you believe what Free is saying?
So where
as against what Setepe
okay,
said?
what will he gain to deceive Ghanaians when he has power?
What would Setepe gain when at the time he also had power? Have you abated your mind?
No,
that?
I don't get it. I'm getting.
What I'm saying is that the point is that this government is saying, say, obeyiso, whether there was a price attached to it or not, or so obeyiso. But what I'm saying is that there's an element of revenues are and government is looking out for areas are making inroads insofar as our revenues are concerned. So the Asubon say Abankra was, look, within these 3 months, Abankra Bobusi almost about 2.5 billion already. 2.5 billion, dollars already are or the support to. So they make an say, yeah, can say, and yet, can say, but who say Aban is looking for.
Let us not adopt the issue of Yanka saying, if she can't be out, no, but I didn't about to it's not in the right year. Most of Busiamoji, they had issues about Mobusiam, specifically the Modibeya value for money. And then,
wait, Omayene, and I make a say. Okay,
all
Kukufu. I'm not finished with my.
Every moment,
OCBC load, and yet we American, and yet issue.
There are too many. Am I clearly why confused?
I'm confused, honestly.
I do not know, but Miss Senior Brother, I'm also confused.
I'm not confused.
I am not confused.
I am not confused.
If you are not confused, are you able to tell us a sector?
I am not confused. There are two.
No, 85 Ghana cedis.
You didn't allow me to.
85 Ghana cedis.
You did not allow me to finish.
No, 85 Ghana cedis near to fertilizer. 85 Ghana cedis. Near to fertilizer. Was that the
price? You have not allowed me to
explain. There's a quotation from a minister that the previous administration was selling fertilizer at 85 Ghana cedi. Is that the case?
Well, there are two, there are two issues here. We cannot confuse them. We have the free fertilizer and whatever for cocoa, and the air fertilizer, open market for
sale.
So
a bunch of free.
Yes.
Why could you just
they are different.
Okay.
So there are two different issues. But
it's a policy of Abai. Me chemi free. Over market no akoto 85.
Miss Kwame, still am I confused? The assembly king. They are talking about agriculture. Minister of Agriculture, Nekase, Dr. Uswefri. Fertilizer, a workroom, shops, at the Adeni, winning in a. And you for that all.
Okay, for.
When you fertilizer stores are Ghana. And you for that all. We are for that all. Omo talk Kopim said they need it. Enti abaya watcha mukono. O magana for nyina ate say oye free fertilizer or the free fertilizer chiche. Na enye no kre. Ba tie me ba. Na no kra. No kra fertilizer na e ton kuro mu no. Enye for na eto.
Ebi a ye de be ma na nso.
Wontie me. Cocoa farmers. Ana na aban ma fertilizer. Free fertilizer program. Kakra cocoa farmers. Papa no do aburo no do banchine or do hwan no hia fertilizer. Aban chen fertilizer dia o. Na even cocoa farmers dia kra na aban dia program. Me wo imani document bi da me ba me chiro. Imani for document 2016. Could almost say sa fertilizer free fertilizer program kra kan hu bi na ebe man this aban kra begu because they are as do na aban project kra na ontim one third kra no ontimi na onyan so a distribution so kra ye another problem. And now introduce you dimensions say na yes a party semni ade. How many times na one thing Ghana has say free fertilizer and it me could di passbook net me could di ni pa bi no mo kra e me o mo san twa o mo ho ton. Obi a obi kra no kokko dua kra wo me amakrom ne mreda na mafuo kakra kai kokko afuo no me nya ko say bag back we say benya bida enso so benya obi a ono o control fertilizer o nyakuani we are the afa kwati kwan no makoton ana aban se pam no twa no
na men kodwa so nkote so
edwa so mate so
85 to 57
me hwa so say hu emufa etinakuani ye beya ne se ukoko ene o ban
na kwani ni sika we o de koto 57 sika we
sana ye 2016 NDC aban penso na kuani ni sika nso still na autono
100 cities
what sa oni sika nso still na ese onya ni bia na oto nti aban we si sa hawo no ni yifa de afiri konso aban twa sa koko free fertilizer program no mo yentie aban won twam obehye kena wa nemu fertilizer we dwaso nyinara no yate so ntina nam se mu ye confused se o mo ho atom
so
mu nya mo stress
you are even more confused you why confused
that be o se o se mania o se mo confused
unim you be cross over na a lot of your text messages about yeah you are fiam quite stand by
yeah
you wrap up on sir
I thought it's at 9 o'clock
yeah no 8:30
there were no man
I did you want to boss
yeah
I got the boss can we can find what's it
that's American one
then I person can
well
the chop understand a genuine from Nakuma man
of course
or you have no choice than to apologize
well,
or you are allowed for the processes due processes so we go through
me did say oyemranim for na wa oyenipa ntino nipa bia react at say the delta force for react so they make gonna say
the guy member of delta force
me say
honorable guy delta force trained
I mean stop being whatever
when I introduce
me say senna
that's why
me say senna no
when I introduce
listen to me me say oyenipa
okay
every human
like
being
how delta force
we no so react here ntino obia o te make gonna say now the main person can say I am happy say at the end of the day so they are say you clear the name of parliament. I know say been more honor up till now no womo enyintum but the bottom line is that the okaye no went me when nyanyina so bia that's the bottom line.
Okay.
When nyanyina so bia ama wapa ehu chew and into no case no
die go and say no more.
Yes, next time no more media for no so be fremo no the be two or the be two what do you call it mahoma no so near there ese mun double check it and sana media will go to the market because there's a certain developing there's a me who say me who be busy say say who the be to Facebook say obo hu media
apeke
no mo dey hear news without
consulting
cross checking. I don't know. It is not helping us.
That kind of
but you see, why oversimplify? We are talking about a whole MP. MP a wedi minister paying. No your lawyer.
Okay. Yeah.
Now or no. Now cameraman can be called. Now what they are yeah, it is a yeah. Onyame the nyamias. Say ne mo ankasa minority mo ne mo go for.
Okay.
Honorable energy minister wa ko ma bra bia e da mase